Hello, hello, everybody. I finally kind of got back to Neverwinter, and I actually had been enjoying Neverwinter on and off. But I really wanted to create a new Paladin. I wasn't really digging my last Paladin. It was a human, and I didn't really like the way she turned out. So I decided to create a half elf Paladin. Um, and she comes from the Grey Vale, and your parents settled in the Grey Vale after their life of adventure, and you were raised on their stories. What's up, Serlin? How's it going, Sean? How you doing, man? Yeah, I love the Dungeons and Dragons Paladin. So I've kind of been bouncing around lots of different games, but I definitely have found out. I tried to play some RPGs and I tried to play some more Dungeons and Dragons based turn-based type games, but it always comes out the same. I enjoy the open world MMORPGs the most. So, and I actually have enjoyed Neverwinter. I will say that I like the Warriors animations, like swinging animations, better than Paladin. But just doing some research on the classes, I feel like if I want to do some solo, if I want to kind of level up and just enjoy my class, I think having the heal and I love paladins anyway, but having that heal, being able to heal myself, I think is a real benefit to the paladin, and I always like being able to heal, so I kind of went with the paladin, even though I do think that the warrior in Neverwinter specifically is actually quite good. The guardian is actually much better in Neverwinter than it is in a lot of the MMOs I've played. But I'm going to go with the paladin. So we have Shade E Vale. Okay. Level 1! Agility-based melee classes. I did some Kingmaker, and I liked it, but it's just, it's kind of slow. Moving around, reading all the quests. I think it's one of those games that it's hard to like really stream that kind of stuff because there's so much to learn about the game, and I don't know the game at all. So it's really, I always feel awkward trying to stream a game like that because it's just me trying to figure it out most of the times. I'm sure the streams will get better as I learn more about the game, but it's definitely difficult. Looks like I've turned the music down quite a bit on this one. Let's in the game sound, so go ahead and change the audio here real quick. It is an isometric game, Sterling, but my one, and I don't normally play isometric games, but my thing with that game was because of the fact that you're doing so much planning.
Using the W, A, S, and T keys.
Yeah, since you're like going around and playing like the game like a lot, like you're setting up combat and doing turn-based, I felt like the isometric wasn't as big an issue. But I'm not gonna lie, in playing it, it was an issue. I didn't like the fact that I had to constantly move the map around with my left hand while I was trying to tell my other characters what to move. Even though I was freezing the screen, it definitely was an issue for me. It's something, unfortunately, I've just had to learn over the years.
The quest tracker displays current quest objectives.
My character looks pretty good.
So you can still walk. You were in bad shape when we pulled you from the front line.
Let me get our gear here.
I don't know how I feel about untested adventurers volunteering their aid in this fight, but my men need all the help they can get.
Press I to open your inventory. Double-click an item to equip it. Campfires are rested when out of combat. Press the Alt key to toggle mouse cursor and mouse look modes. Hover your reticle over objects and enemies to target them.
I'm just looking at my character to make sure I like my character before I get too far down the path, you know. Her skin looks a little pale, but I think that's okay for a paladin.
Press spacebar to jump.
I did create a new ranger and play around with my ranger earlier, and I was able to get a ranger. If I didn't touch any of the keybinds, just create the ranger, went and played. Her dash was working, but as I played the ranger, it was kind of fun, but I could definitely see that I would enjoy the paladin a lot more, you know, than the ranger in this game, so I decided to just focus on the paladin as usual. So right now we just have two abilities. We got the left click and right click. I think we have left click and right click. I guess we'll find out. The ranger felt a little boring because you just stand back and shoot a lot, but I guess later on in the game they say you will do more melee. So. Okay, he's going to take a dragon down, and the dragon's on the ground, and I have to protect him while he prevents the dragon from rising from the dead, I guess. Let's do it.
Protect me while I perform the ritual! Keep fighting!
You played a ton of the ranger? Or a ton of the king whatever, kingmaker?
We're almost there!
I think the thing that we know about me is I just don't like playing games where I'm not involved in the combat. I mean, I like being face to face with the enemy. Way back in the day, the first time I ever played, I played more of a caster. But as I've played MMOs through the years, I found out that I enjoy being close, being in the action, you know, up front. Yeah, the Kingmaker, yeah.
Undead at bay. We are holding the line here while we treat the wounded.
So I like more melee-based classes nowadays.
You would do well to assist there. Seek out Sergeant Knox once you've crossed the bridge.
They're in trouble! We must go to their aid!
I would agree. Rangers are... again, back in the day, like when I played Ion, I kind of liked Rangers, but not so much anymore, you know? I don't really play them much anymore. Yeah, I always like melee. I mean, caster. Shit. Yeah, yeah. I always like caster's pretty fun too. Just depends on the caster. But I typically tend to like melee a lot nowadays. I like healers. So basically, I tend to like healers. So basically, if it's a caster, usually it's like a druid or like a priest or something like that, or a cleric. If it's range, immediately it's going to be like a rogue or a warrior or you know, or a or a paladin. I think my ultimate class type is pretty much a paladin. I mean, like I enjoy a class that's tanky, that has the ability to solo, but also has the ability to add some heals. Holy crap! Look at all these mobs over here. So I would say my ultimate class is a paladin. Maybe like the class from Dragon's Dogma. What do they call it? Remember the Dragon's Dogma? That's my ultimate class. The one from Dragon's Dogma where you have a shield, but you have all those spells. What is that class called? A spell... I can't remember what it's called, but Dragon's Dogma has my ultimate class for sure. I think it's called like a Spell Knight or Nightblade, or I don't know, Spell Knight? Man, that guy's spell animations are pretty cool. The guy's with me. Oh, I hit right click to block, and that was the wrong key. I thought I was playing Neverwinter, or I thought I was playing Elder Scrolls Online. Oh, I didn't even see him swing. I think it was the horse who got me there. Mystic Knight, yeah. I think that's kind of my ultimate class. I really like the Mystic Knight class in Dragon's Dogma. Like, it has that nice, kind of the tankiness and the spells and some of the mobility too, and you can custom it. I love that ability where you jump through the air and fly through the air, and you can attack at things that are up in the air. A lot of variety in like the range of your attacks, as well as the defense coupled with good damage. And not only did you have range with your melee attacks, but you had range with spells as well. So you had just so much variety. I really liked the Mystic Knight. That was a great class. No. So I swear this is the last paladin I'm going to create in this game. I don't think I'll be creating another one. I've created like... What is this? Return to character selection screen if you log out here. Your character... Why does it keep doing that? That's like the second time that window's popped up. That's bizarre. Yeah, Mystic Knight's cool, for sure.
I believe I'm in your debt.
As you can see, the fight is not yet won. You've proven yourself quite capable.
It is not yet won, no doubt about it. We got some God Rays? Ooh. Yeah, it helps that those chants on your spells and weapons in Dragon's Dogma are just some of the coolest looking animations and particle effects you'll ever see in any MMO right now, any game right now. They're just really beautiful.
The Nashers! Taking advantage of the chaos. They're trying to seize the crown of Neverwinter. The Seers down there, under guard. You have to stop them.
You know, I'm totally anal this way. Alright, close enough. Wrong key. I put in the wrong key there. Okay. I love the push animation of the doors is so awesome. Oh, whoops! I'm sorry. You're just so overpowered. You must die. I've got a big glowing stick, and it's big. Let me tell you. Oh, you know me, Reptilian. Isometric, slow gameplay, reading lots of text. What do you think? You knew I couldn't do it, man. You knew I'd have a hard time doing it. I'll get back and try to play that game. I'm gonna give it one more go. But I tried to play it a couple times last night. I didn't stream or anything, but it's tough for me to do isometric and reading a lot of quest stacks. And cool game though, very cool game. I really liked the character. You know, the RPG in it's really good. No, I know, Reptilian. I know. You know what I was really looking for was a better leveling. Oh yeah, here's my problem. Here's my problem with MMOs is that the leveling in MMOs is too easy. And so I was looking for a game that had much more difficult leveling. And RPGs actually, especially like the Pathfinder, have a lot more difficulty leveling and a lot more difficulty progression. But the problem is it puts in parts of the games that I really don't like, which is having to read a ton of text and having to deal with an isometric view and it deal with not very action-based combat, you know? I was talking to a friend at work today about this. To me, it's like if you guys think about it too when you guys are watching the stream. I mean, how many MMOs are out there right now that you can honestly say that when you're leveling, there's any challenge And I'm talking most specifically about, you know, the quests, like the quests or the objectives you have to complete. You know, are you ever fighting mobs where you're really worried about dying? Not really. Are you ever fighting or put in situations where you need to invite other people to help you? How many MMOs do you play right now that are games that have come out in the past, you know, past 8 years that require you to plan ahead? Say, oh, I've got this quest and I need help, or I need to get a certain party together, or I need, you know, I have to sit back and take 10 minutes to think about what I'm going to do because this is difficult. You know what I mean? And that's what I was looking for. And Pathfinder, in the reviews I read and everything, had that. Like Sterling says, it has a really good leveling system. The problem with it is it's too non-interactive. It's too, I mean, not non-interactive. It's too non-action based. You know, I like a free-flowing. I don't want to freeze the screen and have to say, do you do this? And also, I don't want to have to control other people. That's a very group-based Dungeons & Dragons style, and I'm not really a big fan of having to control a lot of people. I prefer just to control myself. So, you know, Pathfinder would have been a great game if it was like what I like to call like a mini MMO, you know, where you have maybe like 4 to 6 people that can all get in together. Like if you create a game like Pathfinder, put it in a 3D world like this, and then allow up to 6 people to actually connect to the server, or to connect and play together, that would be fantastic, where you could play with, you know, so in Pathfinder, you have your party, right? Which I don't know how many people you have at most, maybe it's 6, 7, I don't know, but if you could have real people that were those people, you know, and then you take away the pausing of the game. It's just when the mobs come, you have to, just like you would in an MMO, pick what you're going to do. Pick your spells and cast them. And it's free form, it's free fluid, you're moving. There's no pausing of the combat. There's no pausing of the action. If you could do that, that would be awesome. But as you guys know, I really have a hard time with the isometric camera angles. And I really have a hard time just really pausing the game and dealing with all that. What slows down the action for me? It slows it down, and it just, I don't know. Again, I think if I played it with other people, like if I played Pathfinder, even with the isometric view and even with all the stuff I had to do, if I was playing it with real people, then it would be as close as you could get to really playing Dungeons & Dragons. It'd be as close as you get to playing like a board game, to a role-playing game, you know, a board role-playing game. And then I would have no problem with it because I love Dungeons & Dragons. So I'd have no problem playing that game with other people, but playing it solo, it's just too slow. It's just too, ugh, you know. Give me your best shot, baby. Yeah, your best shot wasn't good enough. You're doing Pillars of Eternity? I hear that's another pretty good one. Well, the problem with all the action RPGs is they're almost all of them are isometric. You know? And I really don't like isometric. I couldn't deal with the camera. The problem with the Souls games is that the camera's not attached to the player. It's almost like you're playing with a camera attached to a boom, like from a movie theater set, you know, a movie production, where when you move and turn to look to your left, the camera has a delay, and it's like on a swinging arm that kind of starts to move. You know, it's like on a boom that you move. And so the camera almost feels like it's kind of connected to the character, but not quite. Like, I like combat like this, where when I turn the camera, it's a consistent speed rate of turn. But in Souls, it's not like that. So, like, if I turn this way, like, if I move to my right and turn this way, it's not smooth. Like, my character will literally get ahead. If you look at the cursor, actually, this game does it to a little degree. Notice how the little red circle above my head, when I move to the right, notice how the circle will kind of slide behind me as I'm moving. Okay? But then it slides behind me a little bit, then it stops, and then it pretty much stays about the same place. Dark Souls, you'll move quite a bit as you're turning. The camera takes a while before it kind of catches up to you. And if you swing the mouse, there's some mouse acceleration that's also involved in the calculation of the view from the camera. And so you get this kind of loosey-goosey, wishy-washy camera that's kind of floating around behind you that isn't locked into your character perfectly, so that when I'm just turning, the screen's turning with me perfectly, like in Terra Black Desert, and I really, that bugs me a lot, because I've come from playing games my whole life where that was not the case, specifically Unreal Tournament. I spent 8 years playing Unreal Tournament, so you know the cameras. I'm so used to that style of camera. That's so used to that third person camera, and so when games don't do that, it really bugs me. And I had a conversation, actually, if you look on my YouTube site, there was a guy who was talking about that on one of these. If you look here, it was Purple Knight, and I think it was him. Hold on a second. Oh, I guess it wasn't. But there was one guy in here who was saying, "Why don't you play Souls, Dark Souls?" And I said, "Well, I don't really like the camera." And we were talking about it, and he actually agreed with me. He's like, "Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. The camera's kind of odd if you come from these types of, you know, these MMOs that we're used to playing, like this one here, you know." And it's because of consoles. Dark Souls, a lot of those games are made for console. The PC is kind of an afterthought. Video volume. What is video? Oh, yeah, that's fine. Turn that up, actually. Turn that all the way up.
The Nashers snuck into the vaults during Valindra's attack on the city. They're here to steal the crown of Neverwinter. They almost got to it, but then they angered the dead resting in the lower vaults. They're fighting each other down there right now. I sealed them in behind the hidden entrance to the lower vaults. There's a secret switch in the bookcase on the back wall. Stop the Nashers before they get the crown!
Ooh. Yeah, the camera's all like sluggishness is a perfect word for it. I don't like slower combat either. I like faster combat. In fact, you know, like I said, many times before, I've come from playing Unreal Tournament in very, very quick speeds, you know, like 155, 55, so 55% faster game speed, and 55 is just a higher error control, but playing very, very, very fast-paced FPS games, like extremely quick. Unreal Tournament was very, I mean, to me, it was like the pinnacle of Twitch reflex type combat, you know, like you had to have amazing reflexes to play the game the way I was playing it, you know. I mean, or otherwise you'd have the people, like if you look at the people now who play like Overwatch or some of the team-based shooters nowadays, they use a different type of mentality, because we didn't have laser pointer mouses back in 1999. Most people were using ball mice, right? We didn't have that kind of precision of a laser mouse. We also didn't have mouse sensitivity. You know, we didn't have the different DPI switching either. So it came down to being very good with the ball mouse and being very good at knowing exactly how fast to flick your wrist and spin that ball to get your aim right exactly where you want it to go on the screen. And that was a high degree of skill. And now people, what they do is with the DPIs is they can bring down the precision of the mouse to the point that when you're moving your arm, that's why you see the mouse sizes, the size of the mouse pads. Mouse pads have grown because what's happening is people are scaling down their mouse look speed. You know, their DPI. What do you call it? It's just basically your, what is it? It's mouse precision, mouse, whatever. It's basically your DPI settings. but the speed at which, the mouse cursor is moving when you move your mouse, and so because the mouse pads are bigger, because people are moving their arm left and right over a larger degree, over a longer space on the physical mouse pad. Or back in the day when I was growing up and we were playing with the ball mice, it was just a flick of the wrist. I would literally lift the mouse off the mouse pad, flick my wrist so that the mouse hit the pad and spun really fast, then put the mouse back down to stop the spin. And that would mean to be doing the 180 turnaround. So I would be doing double tap dodge, flying through the air, landing on the flag for capture the flag, double tap dodge, flying out through the air because this is low gravity, flying out. They have the DPI, says DPI 6, flying through the air, and then as I came out the front of the base, I would pick up and flick my wrist, just turn around, and probably even be switching weapons at that point because I might be using the translocator. So I'd be switching to a sniper rifle and doing a headshot on somebody, and doing all of that very, 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 very quickly. And to come out of playing 8 years of that type of gameplay, that's why I never could get into Counter-Strike or never get into these like Battlefield games, because the way they're played is so much different from Unreal Tournament that I played that it felt like I was walking through quicksand. Everything was slow. You couldn't really fly through the air. You didn't really have the translocator. You were teleporting around. You didn't have stuff like grappling hooks or whatever. And so it was all about just headshots, and it was all about just your aim. And my aim was great, but my movement was even better. And in those games, movement was kind of stupid. It was people were bunny hopping around and just sticking their head around a corner, and it was all about hide and seek, and just knowing the maps and knowing where people's tendencies were and knowing how to counter choke points and all that type of stuff. It was more strategic. Well, it wasn't more strategic because Unreal Tournament was incredibly strategic. I would spend hours and hours in the wee hours of the morning running the maps backwards because I was a flag carrier a lot of times, or I was trying to defend my flag carrier. So my flag carrier would grab their flag, be moving back to our base to cap the flag. I would be next to my flag carrier running the map backwards so I could shoot people that were trying to kill him as he was trying to take the flag back to our base. I knew which path he was going to go, and I would run it backwards all the time by myself. I would log on to servers at 2 a.m. in the morning and just run maps backwards. And I did it all the time. And I got so good at it that was my role, was flag defense, because I was so good. Nobody could kill me. I didn't have the best aim, but I had really good aim, but I just was impossible to kill because I was so good at moving. And so to come out of that and to play these other games, and it even flows all the way through to like the Dark Souls games and to like the Monster Hunter games, that when I play those games, the combat is so slow that I refuse. I just refuse to play it. I'm like, I can't do it. It's not even that I can't do it. I don't even want to do it. Like, to me, it's not even that enjoyable. To me, it's like a cop-out of them, the developers of the game, trying to make something that's just forcing people to play in a different way. I don't know. I'm not a real fan of it, so maybe it's just because I'm an old dog and I don't want to learn new tricks, but I just don't enjoy that type of slow combat. And these guys are all over me. Well, I hope that they are starting to swing back to run, because that's more fun. It's more hectic. It's more fun. You get more like, there's more skill when it's that fast because things are happening so much quicker. There just has to be more skill. You have to react faster. The first FPS game that came out since 2007 that I was able to actually want to play was Overwatch, because Overwatch was about as close as a game came since I played, Unreal Tournament back in like 2006, I think. 2006, 2007 is when I stopped really playing it. And I really, from 2004 to 2007, played it very rarely, just kind of on and off. But from 1999, 1999 to about 2003, I played pretty much every day, like 6 to 8 hours a day, every day for like 3 or 4 years straight.
Ah, you're here. Oh, yes. My visions show your actions will have a great impact on.
And so Overwatch was really exciting for me. I really liked, and I played Overwatch, and I was good at it too. I played.
No details now.
And I don't know where she's going. Sorry. Hold on a second. Did I get turned around? Isn't this the way I came? Yeah. I'm totally getting turned around. But, But when Overwatch came out, I played Widowmaker. I mean, I had a Widowmaker T-shirt. You know, I was like playing. I was actually firing up my Unreal Tournament 99 server locally and practicing, playing super fast, you know, speed deathmatch for hours on end, trying to increase my. I knew I was going the wrong way. Trying to increase my my reflex speed, my reactions, and I was doing a lot of practicing and trying to get my aim back. And I spent about a month or two working on getting my aim back, and I got back up to skill level about 4. On a scale of 1 to 10, I said I was about to 4. When I started, I was like -1, and I'd say I got up to about close to my former self, maybe 4. I was like 40% there, and then and I actually was doing pretty well, and I started doing well on Widowmaker and winning, you know, getting a lot of kills, and I was starting to get a lot of compliments on matches saying, "Hey, you're a good Widowmaker." And then Blizzard changed the Widowmaker and reduced, changed her zoom speed so she couldn't zoom in and out as fast, which really was a big nerf. So then I started playing. So I stopped playing her so much because it really hurt her the gameplay, the way I like to play her. And then I started playing Pharah, and I was like top, you know, in the top 10% in the country in Pharah. And then they took away her knockback rocket, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's like I started to get really good on Widowmaker. You nerf the shit out of her. Then I started to get really good on Pharah, and you basically take away her best ability. And so I quit. I said, fuck you, Blizzard. I said, fuck you. You know? Because I sit there and spend, you know, 2-3 months playing a character to get good at it. I mean, really putting in a lot of time. And for them to basically make one little change that basically takes away all that effort I spend, basically null and voids it. It just pissed me off. I was like, screw you. But yeah, Overwatch was a really good game, actually. It didn't have the type of hit scan, you know, it didn't have the precision. It was more of a casual FPS, but it still was really fun. Just had a very acidic community, but that's because all the fucking millennials these days are a bunch of jackasses. No, I never did Anthem. I don't even know what Anthem is. Yeah, Paladins. I never really played Paladins. I played Smite quite a bit, but it was more of a MOBA, of course. And then they came out with Paladins, and I played the beta of Paladins, and it was weird. There was a lot of weird stuff in Paladins. It wasn't really that fun. And then they made a lot of drastic changes to Paladins, and to me, it was just a lesser version of Overwatch, kind of a ripoff. So I never did play Anthem. You know, a really fun game was Gotham City Imposters. It's too bad that game never took off because that was actually really, really, as far as a game that's close to like that type of, you know, quick game speed and grappling hooks and really interesting gameplay. Gotham City Imposters was really fun.
You're too late. The crown belongs to the
Yeah, Blizzard fucks around with their characters, and they made too many changes too often, and changes that are big, like I said, character breaking changes. They basically take a character that's great and turn him into one that's not so great. When they buffed McCree, and so basically what happened was he became this ultimate like Pharah counter. So you'd be flying up in the air, and McCree would just like rip off his triple shot and basically just kill you. You'd be up there flying around doing your thing, and McCree would come up and boom, 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 you're dead. And it was just like, come on. McCree was like the ultimate Pharah counter, but I had fun in the time that I did play. You know, in the time that I played Overwatch, I did have, you know, fun. Here's a real fun video. Check this. This is when I first started playing Overwatch. Check this out. Now, the fun part about this video, what's really funny about this video is I'm running with a 400 DPI and a 62.17 sensitivity. So most people are playing Overwatch. If they were using 400 DPI, they'd be around probably, you know, 4 or 5 to 12 sensitivity. I was at 62. That's because I came from games like Unreal Tournament, so I liked the super, super fast rotation of my camera because I was playing like someone who was used to playing on a ball mouse, using little wrist flicks. And if you watch this video, you'll see me kind of flicking the mouse, like moving it in short little movements on my mouse pad, just quick little flips with my wrist. And that's why if you watch the aiming cursor jump to hit people in the head, watch this, and you'll see it. You'll see it in the video. And you watch here, this guy says, it's a joke, never you playing so high in game. And he's 100% wrong. I was playing that high in game, and I was actually playing good. I actually got a lot of compliments playing on my Widowmaker, and this was early on in Overwatch. But in that video, you can see kind of how the cursor's not really on the people's heads. And right as I go to click the mouse, the cursor will kind of jump to their head. It's because I'm kind of flicking the wrist just a little bit. And people watch that video and they're like, oh, you're either cheating, which of course I wasn't, or you're, you know, it's just weird. You know, and this guy actually, and when I talked to him about the way I play, then it was pretty cool. It was pretty interesting. But anyways, that was a fun little video. And if you look at, this one's a fun one. Old video. Overwatch was fun, though. Hey, John. How's it going, John? It's too bad that Overwatch turned into just a cesspool of fucking millennial jackasses. Watch this one. I almost knocked the whole team off the map. I almost knocked. They were rushing behind his shield, and I almost knocked their entire team off the map. I love that one. I absolutely love that one. When I shot the arrow, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be. When I shot my rocket, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. And I was hoping I got them all, but I only got like 3. And then I think I ended up killing 2, so I took out 5 of their teammates. So I one player nullified their entire rush. Here's another rush. They're like, we're bringing it in. Oh, bye. But you know, Pharah had that ability that was just so powerful. But it's all about being sneaky and being able to kind of sneak in there. And if you watch one of these videos. Actually, I was going to say, if you watch one of these videos, you'll see where my Unreal Tournament gameplay comes in. Hey, John, thanks for stopping by. If you watch this particular clip right here, this shows you all of my years of playing Unreal Tournament, like with the rocket launcher. And if, you probably won't understand that because unless you've played Unreal Tournament 1999 and with the rocket launcher a lot like I had, you probably won't be able to pick up why this video really shows why I was good with the rocket launcher, which is why Pharah was a natural character for me to play in Overwatch because of my experience with low grav, you know, fast speed rockets in Unreal Tournament. But what you're looking for is I'm going to be aiming at the ground and just using splash damage, but I'm going to be, you'll see, splash damage on the ground. Same thing here. I'm aiming low. I'm not trying to hit them at all. I'm really aiming either at their body or low. There, I missed actually. Again, see where I'm aiming? I'm aiming right where his feet are. So he's going to be walking. Basically, I'm aiming right at his feet. And then as I'm reloading, of course, I'm moving to get cover. Always going to be covering myself when I'm reloading. And again, you'll be looking again here to look for splash damage. So I'm considering in my mind, do I want to aim here and drop the rocket on the floor here, thinking the tracer's going to move here? Or do I just want to shoot in the air and try to catch him in, right in his face as he moves across? I probably I'm going to guess that I'm going to aim at the ground right about here. Oh, I actually moved and basically caught him right in the chest. And again there, I'm just trying to fire through the wall because they were trying to come through this doorway. So this is just basically blanket fire. Again, I'll probably aim at the ground right here. Actually, it looks like I shot. Didn't get a chance to get my curse because he was moving so quickly. I probably didn't have enough time to get to the ground, so I just shot trying to hit him in the face, and it looks like I missed and caught the wall behind him. Still killed him, though. Still killed him. Yeah, it's too bad they ruined Overwatch. I tried to go back and play a couple times, and it was really pretty much pointless. Here, again, you can see this is another great video of me using the walls and the splash damage. Check this out. Aim to the ground, aim to the ground again. Again, I'm gonna use a knockback so this person doesn't have a chance to do any kind of an ability, like any kind of heal, damage, whatever. So the knockback's gonna throw him against the wall, and then I'm already gonna be planning on aiming a rocket probably back here at the corner where the character's gonna end up. Actually, it looks like I caught that well. So my aims here still was pretty bad. And again, here I'm just aiming at their feet, but I know the wall behind them is going to splash the damage right in their back, which it did. And again, here you'll see me aim at the feet. Right there, the rocket's probably right about here in the air. So it should hit right there. There's the rocket. That's a perfect example of exactly where you want to shoot. You want to aim right to where their feet are going to land. So if a character jumps or is walking, you want the rocket to hit right at the exact point where their feet cross that part of the ground. And this is really a perfect shot for that type of gameplay. You know, they walked right into the ground where the rocket's landing. So you're using really splash damage. You can when you get a lot better, especially in Unreal Tournament with rockets, you can start looking at taking people out of the air and stuff like that. That's more advanced type gameplay. But I certainly was the master of it back in Unreal Tournament. All right, let's get some Neverwinter going on. Don't get me going on those games, man. Come on, Shady, let's get going. We gotta increase the level, the speed leveling here. New title gained. Oh, what was the title? Wait a minute now. Did you see that? Where are titles at? Where are the titles? Appearance? Does anybody know where how I display titles? Oh well, I'll have to look at it later.
Protector's Enclave. The Nashers have stolen the crown of Neverwinter from the vault, but we still have a chance to recover it. We just need to catch the two thieves who escaped and trace where the Nashers are hiding the crown. We know that one of the thieves, a sly rogue called Anna Ray, uses a ruined building near the Driftwood Tavern as their hideout. The Nashers will flee if they see me or my squad approach, but you might be able to corner her and find out if Honor still has the crown.
I want the item. Why can't I take it? Everyone a welcome pack. Take items. I guess I already took it. I don't know. Take items. I don't know. Give me the goods. I like how the loot flies out of mobs. It's really easy to know when loot hits the ground because you see it glowing, kind of flying through the air. It's kind of a nice... I love this push animation that they created. That's taken a little bit extra time to put some nice detail in the game, you know? One thing I regret back when I used to play Unreal Tournament is there was actually a way you could record. They were called dem files, DEM. You could actually record you playing Unreal Tournament, but it kind of hurt your FPS a little bit, so I never really did it that much. Plus, to be able to play it back, you had to have the game installed with the exact same add-ons that were needed when you played that map. But I would absolutely love to have some of the video of me playing Unreal Tournament back in the day. Because you can tell people till you're blue in the face that you're really good at something, but to actually show people, you know, like my brother's best friend's son used to come over and watch me play. And the first time he ever watched me play, he's like, "Oh my god, you're a god." He's like, "You are a god at this game." And I was like, "Yeah." Alright, so view available mounts. I want this one. I want that mount. We have the mounts.
Protectors enclave.
A fine choice.
If Gothland's gone into Black Lake District, that's going to be trouble. Black Lake District is a mess. I'm not just talking about the sludge from the lake. The National Rebels are openly defying Lord Neverwinter's rule and are attacking anyone who won't swear loyalty to their leader, Karzov. Meet with Private Hawthorne Falwen. If Gothland is still in Black Lake, Hawthorne will know about it.
Gelatinous cube. Oh, that is wicked. It's a gelatinous cube. Oh, so the Dungeons and Dragons memories. That's awesome. That is so cool.
Left click on a visible location to travel to it.
I've been keeping Sarge well met. Watch your step in.
The Black...
Our best hope for finding Karzov and the stolen crown lies with the Nasher Cutpurse Gothwin Cooper.
Ah, welcome to Black Lake. Those dreadful Nashers have run...
I don't have feet. Can you believe that? We are the Green Knight.
The dismissive note? We aren't the only ones who want Gotham to reveal the location of Karzov and the...
Oh, how's that person? The Nashers claim to be revolutionaries. But they're
Revolutionaries.
They steal from the...
The Nashers are attacking travelers on sight.
The revolutionaries. Arcane.
Leave no witnesses! just.
I've got mail. From who? You've got mail. I don't understand why it keeps saying I've got mail, but when I go to the mail, do I have to go to mailbox maybe?
Betrayer!
Thought I had a theory kit. Guess not.
Oh, Mary, Major, bless your heart. These meager goods might not seem like much to you, but to the poor of this district, they mean survival, at least for a little while longer.
You have suffered a minor injury.
Receiving 2 minor injuries in the same location upgrades the injury from minor to severe. Use an injury kit or stand by a campfire to remove 1 minor injury.
Flea bottom! In his creepy mouth. Uh-oh. I need another drink.
Please, don't hit me again! Yes, I helped to steal the crown at Neverwinter. I was a loyal Nasher.
I was a loyal Nasher. Nasher. Nasher.
I've been keeping Sergeant Knock. Gothwin told us everything. What just happened in this district, according to Gothwin's information.
The Nashers are attacking travelers on sight.
If you have the time, I've salvaged what I can, but I'm gonna need new samples of blackleg sludge for my work. The samples must come from specific patches of the sludge, which wouldn't be difficult, except the whole area is swarming with violent rebels. I'm willing to pay you to collect the samples for me.
Who am I in combat with?
Most folks consider the black excellent. With these samples, I'll finally be able to discover if the sludge is animal, vegetable, mineral, or undead. This will be a huge help to me research. There are some reagents you don't want to use on undead sludge, believe me.
The rebels are everywhere. Glad you made it. Ready for our next move? The Nasher set.
Nature kit broke. Yeah.
Man Castle, we'll hold them off.
You do that.
The rebels are everywhere. So boring. 9 ready for our next move. Cause up will head.
Destroy you! Down with Neverwinter! You can't stop us!
It's kind of weird how it tells you where to go. Alright, what did I miss? What did I miss?
Mine! Death to the pretender!
Love the cool art style. The buildings here are really cool.
You are against us!
That I am.
Protector's enclave, the crown of Neverwinter. There's trouble brewing.
Ah, think.
You should go see Marilyn the Poison.
Bahamut, grant us the strength to...
You would do well to seek
Hello.
the favor of
So,
the gods.
you want to learn to whenever you invoke. Welcome to the Shrine of the Gods.
I foresee great... You've come! I am a follower of Savras, the All...
The Sword Golden Chronicle is a list of the heroic deeds and campaigns your hero may complete in Neverwinter.
Thank you. Followers of Savras.
Oh wait, please tell me they don't want me to go back in that room. I was gonna say, I just got out of there.
Well met, hero. Ah.
Hey, Neverwinter. Guys, I'm gonna take a bathroom break and grab another drink, so I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm back.
May Tempest give you good luck out there. The many arrows. Some of our Neverwinter guard patrols have gone missing while exploring Joaquin Way. We fear they've been captured or killed.
Challenge of Ogma.
What is the challenge of Ogma? I'm not sure what that is.
die now! I will kill you.
Oh shit, I think I just stole that from that guy. Now I feel bad. Die now! Your hit points are low. Use a health potion to restore them. You have collected all you need to complete a campaign task. I'm trying to fly through these quests as fast as I can just so I can get to an area of this game I've never been to. I've never been higher than level 28 in this game, so that's what we're trying to get past that. And see what's up, see what we can find. Start doing some new content that we've never done before.
Challenge of Tempest.
I have no idea what the Challenge of Tempest is. Challenge of Tempest. I have the Conan music going on.
Excellent work. Well, before we
Yeah, what's up, Gator? I do play Classic, but I have taken a break from Classic WoW just because I've basically played, 15. I've played years and years and years of World of Warcraft. I played vanilla private servers for years. I played Classic WoW, so I'm taking a break from it. I like Classic WoW, but I've just played it so much that like I've leveled characters up so much in Classic WoW and private vanilla servers for years and retail WoW. I played WoW when it first came out. I even played beta WoW, so I've just played so many years of WoW, Gator, that I want to take a break from Classic WoW until Burning Crusade comes out. When Burning Crusade comes out, I'll play that, but until then, I'm probably not going to play because I'm just burned out on it, and if I play, I'm just going to get more burned out on it. So I'm playing Neverwinter because I've never really played Neverwinter. I've never gotten past level 28 in this game. I can never stay focused in it long enough, But we're going to give it a go this time. I like this game. It's pretty fun. We'll see how far it goes. Yeah, I mean, I've got a bunch of 30s, and I had a 54, and I have a ton of characters on Classic, and I just kind of got burned out. Gator, before Classic came out, I was playing private vanilla servers for almost 3 years, so I'd leveled up a Paladin to 60, a couple times, almost 3 different times on private servers. So then coming into Classic, the retail Classic, trying to level up more of them just started to feel like a tedious task. It just felt kind of like not that much fun anymore. I wasn't enjoying as much as I used to.
Watch your back. The end. Well done. Those carry on. According to the dispatch you recovered from the dead.
We're willing to pay for... Is there anything else?
I said the wrong key there.
Challenge of Timora.
What is this challenge? What is this? Waste? Hmm.
Crush him, dog! For the Nashers! Down with Neverwinter!
I was getting too cute with that guy. I was taking too much damage. Taking too much damage because I was getting too cute.
Challenge of Torm.
We're willing to pay for services rendered.
We will slay
Watch your
many
back.
an orc
The enemy.
today.
Fine work. Carry on. The Many Arrows orcs have been aggressively encroaching on the area. They've gone so far as...
How are you, friend? Would you believe that most of the mercenaries out here think me mad for trying to forge alliances with half-orc barbarians? I really can't quite wrap my head around it. These barbarians, the Proudpist tribe, are currently retained by the Many Arrows. Though the Proudpists fight...
You die now! Grooms to man's blood! Slaughter for groans!
Challenge of Torm.
I will kill you. You die now!
Challenge of Ogma.
My roots is mine! Jump you down! Got you!
Watch your back. The enemy. The orcs are still. Carry on. Thank you. The Kartok pain giver is.
We're willing to pay for service. Is there anything else?
You die now! You die now!
Go, 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 gadgets.
A sacrifice for growth!
They gave me this new big ugly shield. Man, I hate this shield. It's so ugly. Could it be any? It's like so ugly. Well, we almost caught my other Paladin. Another Paladin, I think, was level 16, so we're just about 14. So I'm close.
Watch your back. The enemy. Well done. Carry on. You've proven invaluable in our struggle against the orcish threat. Now it.
Now you must go talk to this person, and then that person, and then do more, and then kill the more orcs.
Keep your weapon handy. You need to meet with Scout. Was that all?
I'm running behind schedule.
As the leader of my tribe, it falls to me to look on our strength. Our allies must...
I've heard your name on the wind. Holgan has sent you to me.
Heard my name on the wind. That must be a pretty good thing, man.
These orcs think they are... so you'd like to earn our respect?
Must earn the respect of the orcs.
But me? I respect guile and cunning above all. There are so many others that are overlooked in the world. Little things kept even in plain sight. I delight in hiding little caches of trinkets right under the noses of our
challenge of a monitor.
If you find 3 such trinkets, I will be impressed. For growth!
Strength of the Minotaur.
Yes, these are the trinkets. You have done well. You have defeated Bag, have you? Well, that does alter matters in your favor.
My mouse is dirty, yeah. I always tell my mouse is dirty. It just doesn't quite slide across the mouse pad right. Ah, much better.
You say those half-orc barbarians will join our fight? Well, if they left you unharmed, then I'm willing to speak to them. My soldiers will be informed not to shoot the Proudfists on sight.
To that blood.
Don't give away our position. You must be the The many arrows of the Eye of Groom's warders are powerful shamans.
We're willing to pay for services rendered. Is there anything else?
Alright, let's do this.
Challenge of Sune.
My Bruiser's mine!
sacrifice for growth! Rope sees your death! Jump you down! My roses alive!
Excellent work. Well done. The battle plan.
We're willing to pay for service. Is there anything else?
Slaughter for growth!
Challenge of Torm.
Oh, look at my health. Wow, I dueled him. I had him. I was down to about 5 health there. Oh, I get all fancy trying to block everything, and I end up taking a lot more damage than I realized. So it's kind of funny. Damn, that was a little tricky there.
Challenge of Timora.
I don't even know what these challenges are. No idea. The Elf Eater. Submission match Elf Eater. Oh, hello, Mr. Elf Eater. Submit your match, man. One shot. Hello. Goodbye.
Got you. You die now. Next to the head.
Deep Scar. Ooh, nice spin around, bitch. Boom. See ya. Oh, my level 15? Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Sacrifice for grooms.
Don't give away our position. Fine work. We've received. You've dealt some deadly blows to the Many Arrows tribe.
We're willing to pay for services. Is there anything else?
Challenge of Tempest.
CC my damage sucks. Damage very low. Let's see. They move what? Most damage taken. I was the very low again because, you know. And then Living Dead, most times fallen. You know, at 0. Most damage absorbed. And I was 0. Didn't even absorb any damage. Wait, most. Yeah. Okay. Pretty much the cleric solo pretty much did all the work for us in the dungeon. Just kind of followed her. Just kind of followed the cleric because she just trounced her way through. Clerics are so much fun in this game, though. I really like the cleric in this game. They're good. It's good. Why am I still in the queue? Shit. Not sure why I'm still in the queue for dungeon. I'm a noob at this game, that's for sure.
I've heard your name on the wind. You have conducted.
What's your name?
You die now! Rope sees your death!
Ah, nothing but mud and cowards around here.
Oh, weird.
You wish us to change our allegiance, to cast off the shackles of the many arrows? We have chafed too long under full-blood oppression, and we are ready to fight for our freedom. Your words have convinced me that my tribe may be accepted in Neverwinter, and I will trust you. There is just one last thing that I will ask of you. The many arrows overseer responsible for us will be arriving shortly with his warriors. Join us in the glorious battle for our freedom. Shed blood with the proud fists. You have worked to earn our trust and forge a
Challenge of Ogma.
When Neverwinter needs us, we will come.
The bards will sing our glory.
Protector's Enclave. I hope the orcs in the Tower District and... I've got disturbed. As an adventurer. You've more than proven yourself to me, so... I feel I can trust you with a delicate matter. One of my men, Joseph Linklater, has been absent the last few days. I fear it's his wife, Dorothy. She's spell-scarred, touched by the spell plague, and I'm afraid she's getting worse. I want you to look in on them at their house near the Driftwood Tavern. Do whatever you can to help them. I can't ignore the Protector's law, but you...
Loading. Long load time. There it goes.
Please, dear!
It's my wife, Dorothea. Thank you for doing this. She was spell-scarred last winter. We've been hiding it so she wouldn't be sent to Helmshold, but she's been getting worse. I called on help from the wizard Razard. He's helped her before. His medicine will change Dorothea back, but only if she's been subdued. And I cannot strike my own wife. She's in a frenzy and has locked herself upstairs. Please, can you help me?
What's happening to me? Oh, what have I become?
We'll figure out something,
Help
love.
me!
I promise.
Please help me!
Razard tells me she could change again at any time. He also said he can help her if we can get her to this hidden...
Dorothea's condition true. The dead rats sometimes move through those sewers. But there's no time to wait, lest Dorothea be discovered.
Dorothea.
You'll have to be her guardian.
So worried.
I'll give you...
My other character, my other paladin, got this really super cool shield, and I was hoping that I'd get the same one, but I guess it wasn't a quest item. It was probably just a random drop. But it was really cool.
The challenge of the gods is...
Welcome to Seven Suns Coster Market. Go in and check out the bazaar. Press M to find Seven Suns on your map.
I'll be okay. Just hello, friend. Afraid you haven't caught me at my best. Stabbed, you see. Kobolds are nasty little buggers. I represent one of Neverwinter's leading citizens. He discovered his place of business was burglarized during the night. The thieves made off with a little money and a lot of important business records.
Challenge of Selune.
Since I'm not fond of human waste, nor being stabbed, I'm offering you a portion of this fee. Once you found the scrolls, take them to my associate. He's waiting for me, just outside the sewer entrance.
Alright, well, this character is now higher level than my other paladin, so I've accomplished my goal for tonight, which was to create a new paladin that I like the way she looked, and to get her leveled past my other paladin I created the other day, which I did. I think she's level 16. This one is now level 17.
Shove off. You got the scrolls? Good. I got
got your money. Oddly's gonna pull through, by the way, if you care.
My jewelry! You found it. Time is money. I don't like wasting either one.
There are things to be done. Ah, yes. This idol was once worth a great deal, but I'm afraid with most of the precious stones missing, I can't pay you for it. My mistress, Wiley Ilmarin, is the owner of the Wondrous Bazaar. She is very particular about what I may purchase on her behalf. Perhaps she can make you an offer on it.
So how do I, let's see, character? So we have, these are actives. Tab is block. Channel divinity. And then we have general. So we have this skill, smite. Let's see what smite does. Well, must have a target. Deals radiant damage to target. Magnitude decreases, rating divinity decreases. Okay, so we have looks like two AoE abilities. So yeah, so we'll have to see how those work out tomorrow. And boons, I don't even know how boons work. And then Paragon Paths. I'm at Justicar is what I want. Use Justicar to specialize. Yeah, level 71, shit. How about my level? So it looks like I don't get this stuff till I'm level 30. So I don't have to worry about that until we hit level 30. So that's it for this stream, guys. We successfully created a new Paladin. She looks okay. You know, it's hard to make characters look super awesome, but got our new Paladin. And she is actually a half-elf. I know she looks kind of like a sun-elf or something, but she's actually a half-elf. And let's see if it says that here. It actually doesn't, does it? It just says Shady Veil. Oh, here's where we get to increase our ability score. So I have 2 points available. Isn't the Paladin supposed to use... Why is my strength so low? Let me take a look. I thought the Paladin was strength. Let's see. Neverwinter. Paladin stat priority. Strength, stamina. Stamina. Strength gives you stamina regeneration and physical damage boost. Constitution gives you more hit points. For Justicar, the two options you're going to want are Constitution and Intelligence. So I basically want Constitution. So we'll knock up Constitution and Intelligence.
Exchange your astral diamonds for wondrous items.
Block stops up to 50% of your maximum hit points, so you want to lay on as much health as possible as you can. And all Paladin damage is radiant, magical, so Intelligence will boost your overall damage and threat. So we want to go with Constitution and Intellect. Okay. And like I said, it doesn't really say, so we don't have a rings yet. We don't have an artifact, which I don't really know. Oh, here it says. Down here at the bottom of this window. Character with level 17 Paladin, female, half elf. And then I don't know what this, I guess just health. We don't have any companions. He did give us something, didn't he? What is this? Just keep on granting you 20% any, yeah, whatever. I don't have any Zen. I have like no stuff here. So let's try one thing though. Let's go back to our character. There is a shared bank that I found out earlier today. So if I log onto my main character, I wonder if the bags are soulbound. I don't even know what bags my character has. So here's my main, my highest level character. Now, it looks like these might not be soulbound. Now look at all the junk she has in her inventory. Now, where did I zone into this area, I wonder? I love the graphics though. Look at that beautiful little water wheel here and wagon. Cool stuff. What is this?
Free grog for bounty hunters.
I think we came in this way. Oh, and I've got this crazy horse. Look at this. For some reason, it's not letting me travel. What's my options? For some reason, my interact key on this particular character was not set. That's a little strange. But yeah, this cleric is my highest level character right here. So if we take her and send her to the bank, which is, there's a couple of different banks. The moon bank we don't want. We want this one. Double click that guy. Oops, that's the guild bank. So, and here's the regular bank. I have all this stuff. What is this? I have like lock boxes. I've got a cape here. Like, what does this require? Level, item level 4. Is that in the bank? And then we have, what is this? Lock boxes. Here's a item level 80. Where's the level? Required level to use. Here, required level 20. So here's like an amulet of vitality. Here's a that's just a belt. What is this? Chain armor. Price level 21. Piercing icon offhand. Amulet 3. Sparing potion of. Like she's got all these potions, these healing potions too. I have all this stuff and I don't even know what half this stuff, like what to do with all this stuff. What is this here? This is a Zen mini market. Okay. Now this character has 22,000 of these gems, but I don't know what to do with them. And these are the things that are shared across the bank. Now I could deposit. Shared astral diamonds. How do you deposit it though? I want to let me deposit it. I guess I just have to type it in maybe. Okay, so there we go. Let's type in the amount we want to deposit. There we go. Now that's shared across the bank. What else can we do? We've got some sort of a caster's cap. Nature's kit. Portable altar. Scroll of identification. Lesser scroll of identification. Potions. Lots of stuff that I'll have to figure out. And you can buy more bank slots, which cost, of course, 400 then, I guess. If you go to here, challenge of the gods takes. Anyways, like I said, that's it for this stream, guys. Thanks for watching. I still have to learn a lot about all these other things in my inventory, like these enlightened insidious. What are these for? When applied to a mount, so you can apply these to your mount, I guess. And like here, we've got these rune stones, which grant your companion. But these are for my companions. I've got a lot of rune stones. Interesting. But I don't really have any bags though. Anyways, I'm out of here. I'm gonna head to bed. You guys later. Have a good one. Peace out.